Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Kari and today I am doing my September TBR. I do apologize for this being a day late. Yesterday my parents were in town and we went to the Minnesota State Fair and things just kind of escalated from there, so I didn't get around to filming or posting because life. Anyway, I am going to start being regular with my posting again, so bear with me while I get back into it after my little unplanned hiatus in July. All of that aside, these are the books I plan to read in September. Fair warning, I am failing at all of my TBRs this year, and when I say all of them, I mean all of them. So a lot of these books are left over from my July and August TBRs because yay me. So the first one I'm reading is still La Sombra del Viento by Carlos Ruiz Zafón, because again, in Spanish, and that takes a lot more energy than I've had to give, so I haven't even picked that one up in a couple of weeks. I am also still reading The Three Musketeers because there were some other books that I wanted to finish first, but I am going to finish that one in September or die trying. Now let's move on to some of the other repeats and actually some newish books. First two are Nevernight and God's Grave by J. Kristoff. The third one comes out tomorrow, which is super fun because I was meant to read these two in August, as you may recall. Did I? No, because like I said, failing at TBRs. But I'm planning on reading both of these and then the third one, Dark Dawn, in September, hopefully in the first week or two of September, because I really enjoy these and I am both excited and terrified for the third one because, first of all, these two books are in the process of destroying me, so the third one's just gonna crush my soul absolutely. Thankfully, I don't have much of a soul left. Beside the point. I'm gonna read this trilogy, start to finish this month. I'm also going to read I'm going to read Upon a Burning Throne. There's a difference. By Ashok K. Banker. This is a fantasy. I think it's adult, but anyway, it is a fantasy about an Indian dynasty who is fighting uprisings, and these two princes specifically who have to sort of keep their empire going. Thus far, I'm about 200 pages in, it's 650 pages roughly. It's really interesting and different. I like it. The descriptions are mostly good, some of them seem very awkwardly placed thus far, but without going too much into it, Indian-based fantasy, really enjoying it thus far. And then I'm going to read Dark Age by Pierce Brown, which is the fifth to the Red Rising saga. I have read the first four, finally. It took me a while to read Iron Gold. I don't know why, I just went through a phase where I didn't want to do anything, including reading, which I told you. So I didn't actually get to Dark Age when it came out a month ago, but for the sake of having the rest of the saga fresh in my mind, I want to get to this rather desperately, because I'd forgotten how much I loved the fourth book, Iron Gold. Therefore, I need to get to this one in September. The only problem being, it's really a rather big book. It's about 700 pages, a little bit over. I'm gonna have a lot of reading to do this month. And then the third and final book to another one of the series that I really enjoy is coming out in October, early October. This is what I get for speaking too fast. Is coming out in early October, and therefore I want to reread the first two books. And those are The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter and European Travel for the Monstrous Gentlewoman by Theodora Goss. These books are Victorian-era sci-fi, basically. It's a bunch of daughters of the men who created the monsters we know, or who are the monsters we know. Dracula, Frankenstein, Dr. Moreau, Jekyll and Hyde, all of that. And then we just throw in Sherlock and Watson as themselves because why not? They don't have to, but these women, bond together and figure out why their fathers did this to them. It's fascinating, and I did not expect to like it as much as I did, but I love this series, so I'm extremely excited for the third one to come out in October, and I would therefore like to reread the first two, but again, they're not small. And then the last book I'm going to include on this TBR, which we all know I'm going to fail at this TBR anyway, but I'm going to give it a go, is one that I am borrowing from a colleague, and that is The Princess in the Tower by Alison Weir. He had never heard of Alison Weir until I got excited that she wrote this book. and then I had to explain to him who she is and that she wrote this really amazing biography, Elizabeth I, which we all know is right up my alley. Anyway, this is obviously about the princes in the tower, you know, the ones that theoretically Richard III killed. Richard III, who was theoretically a hunchback, although he definitely did have back problems because they discovered that in the spine that they found in Leicester, or on the spine of the skeleton they found in Leicester back in 2012. 2011? Somewhere around there. It was right around when I studied there. Not the point. Princes in the tower, and according to the summary, basically she looks at everything out there that has to do with these two princes and comes up with a conclusion, right or wrong we'll never know, about who actually killed the princes in the tower. I am very curious as to whether she concludes it was actually Richard, or if it was some other person in the political intrigues that were the 15th century England and the Wars of the Roses. Either way, I am looking forward to this. These are the books that I am hoping to read for my September TBR. Theoretically, I will get more books read as well, but at the very least, I'm going to finish Nevernight Trilogy, Once Upon a Burning Throne, because that one's a library, not Once Upon, it is Upon a Burning Throne. I do that every time. That one, because that is a library book and due in 2 weeks, and The Princes in the Tower, because, again, not my book. It causes problems. Not problems, because I very much appreciate my colleague lending it to me. This has turned into a bit of a rambly and stumbling video, but what can I do? It's a Monday. Holiday Monday nonetheless, but holiday. Oh my goodness, but a Monday. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my stumbling over my words, and if you've read any of these books, want to read any of these books, whatever, let me know down in the comments, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.